Hi YouTube. Well, welcome back to another installment of Uncle P's Incomplete Guide to Women in Dating. Now, a lot of you feminists will probably find some of this material offensive, and maybe even some guys will find some of this stuff offensive, because that's the beauty of Uncle P. Uncle P doesn't just get down on women and their sometimes peculiar habits and behavior when it comes to dating. Uncle P also gets down on the guys. Gets down. Doesn't go down. Gets down. Now, I have a friend who posted something on Facebook. It was a little bit of a vignette written by a guy, is what it says. This is what it's called. It's called What Girls Need to Realize. Written by a guy. And I felt the need to comment on some of this, because some of it is very sweet and well-meaning, but a lot of it is has the stink of insecurity. So I guess I'll just start at the beginning. What Girls Need to Realize, written by a guy. And I'm going to stop and comment as we go through this. So, we guys don't care if you talk to other guys. I agree with that. That's true. A guy that is comfortable in his masculinity and comfortable within his relationship or even a friendship with a woman, he doesn't care. You know, it's not his business. We don't care if you're friends with other guys. Again, I'm good with that. But when you're sitting next to us and some random guy walks into the room and you jump up and tackle him without even introducing us, yeah, it pisses us off. I'm going to take issue with that. It doesn't bother me. Clearly, if it had been a woman, there'd be no problem. Clearly, this person is somebody she hasn't seen in a very long time, or perhaps there's something else going on emotionally. It doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't help if you sit there and talk to him for 10 minutes without even acknowledging the ... fact that we're still there. Actually, I'll probably just continue with whatever it was that I was doing. It just doesn't bother me. Some guys may flip out over that sort of thing. I don't really care. I understand that other people, my friends, my female friends, and my male friends, they have their own business. They have their own lives. You know, if this isn't directly interfering with your relationship, I don't see a need to be worried. You know, relax, guys. You know, come down off the fence. She's not going to dump you for, you know, somebody she hasn't seen in a while. She may, but that would be her issue, not yours. We don't care if a guy calls or texts you. I agree with that. But at 2 in the morning, we do get a little concerned. Now, that feels I think that feels like a joke, but it may not be. But that is, yeah, if some guy is texting your chick at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and it's not an emergency, there could be something up. That, or the guy could just be, he could be after your chick. That's not to say that she's necessarily going to reciprocate or respond. Nothing is that important at 2 a.m. that I can't wait till the morning. Yeah, I agree with that. Unless it's an emergency. Also, when we tell you you're pretty / beautiful / gorgeous / cute / stunning, we freaking mean it. Don't tell us we're wrong. I do agree with that. In so much as a lot of women have these very twisted self-images, a very twisted body image, and I could go on a diatribe about, you know, the media and magazines and television and radio and commercials and movies and advertisements and artwork and, I mean, you name it, and the porn industry giving women a very unrealistic expectation of themselves. And guys actually do have to deal with the same thing. You're kind of being groomed, you know, because there was a time, you know, in the world when, like, you know, being overweight, that's like probably one of the more common issues that most people have. It was considered a sign of affluence. You know, it was like, well, this person's got money to spend. You know, this guy's fat or this chick is fat. She's obviously well off. And that was actually a desired trait. And there are some guys out there that find women with a little meat intriguing. But that's another story. Don't tell us we're wrong. We'll stop trying to convince you. I had a friend of mine that said something along the lines of, you know, a guy put himself down, or a chick will put herself down. And eventually you just start agreeing with her. There's only so much that one individual can do to overcome someone else's insecurities. It becomes this emotionally, trust me, I know this from experience. It becomes this incredibly taxing, perfunctory thing, and it just, nobody can keep it up. You know, you've had enough. Everybody's got their own stuff going on internally, and then to have to deal with somebody else's downtroddenness is just too much for any one person to handle. However, if you can handle that, guys, beautiful. More power to you. The sexiest thing about a girl is confidence. That is so true. A lot of women, you'll hear every woman say, you know, you see dating websites, pickup artists, everything. So, oh, well, women look for confidence in guys. But a lot of women don't know that there are some guys out there, especially strong, confident guys. They don't seek out the weak, you know. Well, some of them do. Some of them are into, like, the shy, librarian, bookish kind of women. But for the most part, confidence. And I will probably make another video explaining the difference between what you would call real confidence versus sort of projected confidence or cockiness. There's a difference between confidence and then cockiness, or arrogance would probably be the better word. Yeah, you can quote me. I am. Don't be mad when we hold the door open. I agree with that. Chivalry is not dead. If she complains, she's probably a feminazi. Sorry, feminist. Run. Take advantage of the mood I'm in. I don't know what that means. He's probably referencing his previous comment. Let us pay for you. Don't feel bad. We enjoy doing it. If this is a woman that you've been seeing for a while, I have absolutely no problem with you paying for dinner. I think it's a good idea, if you can afford it. If this is a first or second or even third date, watch it now, because you're kind of inviting the spoiled brat out in a woman when you do that. I'll probably get comments for that, but or endless emails. You're a chauvinist pig. Alrighty. Let's pay for you. Don't feel bad. It's expected. Smile and say thank you. Kiss us when no one's watching. I'm not sure what that one's getting at. If you kiss us when you know somebody's looking, we'll be more impressed. So why did he make the first statement? It's confusing. You don't have to get dressed up for us. Depends on where you're going. I'm all about comfort, personally. If I could live my entire life in a t-shirt and a pair of sweatpants, I would die a happy, happy man. Unfortunately, I run a business, so I sometimes have to, put on the old polo shirt and khaki pants. How do I feel about that? Women, it's a fact, and I don't know that women even realize this at all. Um, when they dress up when they're going out and they're single, guys, they're not dressing up for you. They are competing with one another. They're trying to look better than their girlfriend. They are not dressing up for your ass, okay? And yeah, you should always dress up. If you're going on dates, make a good impression. Treat it like a job interview. Just don't ask too many questions. At least too many boring questions, you know? Don't ask things like, where do you work? Where, uh, where you're from is okay, but you got to get off you got to kind of go somewhere with that, favorite kinds of foods, that's all right. Favorite movies, movies are a great topic for dates. I'm getting off the point of the video, which was to pick apart this little thing here. If we're going out with you in the first place, you don't have to feel the need to wear the shortest skirt you have. Why not? Put on every kind of makeup you want. Yeah, I do kind of like the natural look in a woman, and that's always going to come down to preference. So, again, take that with a grain of salt. This whole thing mostly sounds like one guy's preference and a little bit of his insecurity thrown in just for good measure. We like you for who you are and not what you are. I agree with that. If you're into a chick's personality, oh God, that is so hard to come by. You can being into a woman for her looks is easy and boring, quite frankly. Chick's gotta have an awesome personality. I mean, just kick ass, you know. I find myself most attracted to the women that don't need a man at all. You know, I can see that chick being alone for a long time. Not because she's undesirable, but because she's got her shit wired tight. Okay. And that's not an innuendo. You know what I mean. Get your mind out of the gutter. Honestly, I think a girl looks more beautiful when she's just in her PJs or my t-shirt and boxers. Not all dolled up. I agree with that. Don't take everything we say seriously. I agree with that. Sarcasm is a beautiful thing. If it's in context and it's based from a center of confidence and cockiness as opposed to arrogance and insecurity. In other words, if you're just sarcasm to poke a little fun, that's awesome. If you're using sarcasm to mask your feelings, then you've got some issues that you need to investigate. See the beauty in it. Don't get angry easily. Excuse me. That's more of a personality thing. You can say don't get angry easily to anybody, but it's going to depend on how that person handles their own emotions, how in touch they are, and how they can process all of that. Stop using magazines and media as your Bible. I talked about that. Don't talk about how hot Chris Brown, Brad Pitt, or Jesse McCartney is in front of us. That doesn't bother me. It's boring, and we don't care. Again, this sounds like one guy's preference. A chick can talk about whoever she wants. And I would happily join that conversation. I'd say, because I, as a heterosexual male, that I'm quite comfortable in my heterosexuality, I can talk about another guy, how another guy looks, even his ass. He's got a nice round ass, nice apple-shaped ass. It doesn't mean I want to do anything to him, but it's just conversation, and it's stuff they like to talk about. Not all women, but some women do love talking celebrities and gossip and stuff like that. You want to have a topic conversation next time you're at the grocery mart. Why can't I think the grocery store? Why couldn't I pull that word out of my ass? Pick up like a People magazine or something along those lines. Lots of great stuff to talk about in there. And if you find a woman that's politically motivated, then, Newsweek, Time magazine, and you're into politics, that's great. Other than that, if a chick isn't into politics, it's a conversation killer, guys. Watch out for that. And I would hope that you would at least be somewhat compatible politically. Otherwise, that's going to create all kinds of other problems. You have girlfriends for that. And that was his previous comment. Whatever happened to the word handsome, beautiful? I'd be utterly stunned by a girl who greeted me with, "Hey, handsome," instead of, "Hey, baby stud, cutie 60. Yeah, me too. You know, if I could just once get a girl to look at my face instead of grabbing my ass, I'd be a happy man. On the other hand, I'm not saying I wouldn't like it either. Girls, I cannot stress this enough. If you aren't being treated right by a guy, don't wait for him to change. Ditch his sorry butt, disgrace to the male population, and find someone who will treat you with utter respect, punctuation, someone who will honor your morals. I don't know what that means. I guess that's got something to do with sex. Someone who will make you smile when you're at your lowest. Well, that should be friends or even a romantic partner or family. You know, that's kind of generic. Someone who will care for you even when you make mistakes. Obviously, someone who will love you no matter how bad you make them feel. I have a point of contention with that, but I'm going to finish the rest of this, and I'm going to come back to that. Someone who will stop what they're doing just to look you in your eyes and say, "I love you," and actually mean it. I like that. Give the nice guys a chance. That's neither here nor there, really. Guys, repost this if you agree. Girls, repost this if you think it's cute. Every guy who isn't a jerk will agree with this, so we hope that all the girls that read this will repost this. Well, I guess that makes me a jerk, because I don't agree with the whole damn thing. Let me go back to what I was talking about before. Someone who will love you no matter how bad you make them feel. Somebody who will love you no matter how bad you make them feel. If you love somebody, why would you make them feel bad at all? I could see having a disagreement or even the occasional argument. And I guess that's what he's getting at. And I could work, it could say someone who will love you no matter how bad they make you feel. And generally, you're getting into the realm of abusive relationships, or just what they call toxic relationships. And that's when you need to kind of step back and start examining everything. It's like, all right, why did what happened happen, and so on and so forth. But I'm not exactly sure what he means by that, but that seems like kind of indicative of larger issues. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I found it to be kind of it's meant to be sweet, and clearly some guy on Facebook with a lot of time to write, because there's no guys out there that have time to sit down and make a video, about something somebody wrote on Facebook, because that would just be a waste of time. But anyway, consider that, and think for